I am Coach Shaun Dumas, head basketball coach at McDonough 35 High School, the McDonough 35 High School. Got to say it with your chest with some pride. And guess what? Tune in to FanView podcast. Tune in to the FanView podcast once again.
Man, y'all already know what it is. Another episode, FanView Podcast. I'm that boy Fred.
G Sports, man. Back at it again.
Back at it again.
Man. Excited.
Excited.
Excited, man. Got my dude in the building, man.
Woo!
Shaun. Let me rewind. The Shaun Dumas, man. The Shaun Dumas. The newly hired McDonough 35 head basketball coach.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Appreciate you for coming on the podcast, man. Been knowing you for a while now, bro. I know you over there on, in the 7th Ward.
7 Round Eagle Drive.
Yeah. Trying to turn that thing around.
35.
35.
35.
35. You got to say it with some pride.
Right.
Say it with your chest.
35.
No doubt. Man, I know you're getting ready to embark on a new season and a new journey over there.
Fact.
And to get that thing turned around, man. But I appreciate you for coming on the FanView podcast, man, and kind of fellowship with us and tell your story, man. That's what we like to do.
Right.
I say this all the time, bro. We like to entertain, but we like to educate and inform. And I know your story is a hell of a story. I know some people are going to be able to take something from this podcast. Yeah. But like I always say, Fred, we like to start the FanView podcast off, Shaun,
All right.
with talking about your journey.
The journey.
Shaun, take us back, man. When did you fall in love with basketball? When did you know that this was going to be something that God led you to do, not only to play in high school and in the next level at Xavier University, but to also go to high school and lead young people the way you've been doing, man, and win state championships and help kids get into college and pour into them?
Man, first of all, thank y'all for having me, fellas.
No doubt.
Second time coming, man.
Second time, baby.
No doubt.
Yeah,
First time was virtual.
First time virtual. First time virtual.
Yeah, so I'm special. I feel a little special. I feel a little special right now.
A little virtual.
Let me sit up a little. I feel a little special.
Yeah.
Man. No doubt, man. Shucks, man. Hell of a journey.
No doubt.
You know, the journey been great, man. Actually, guys, the journey started off as me being a football player. You know what I mean? So football is my first love. And so in the midst of it, man,
What is that, St. Aug, or what is like?
Man, like
Park ball.
Park ball?
Park ball coming
What park
up
you
to
played
St.
for?
Aug. I played for D. Milne. Raiders.
I know a lot of people gonna like to hear that.
Milne Raiders.
Y'all deep with that Milne.
3 years undefeated. My Milne Raiders stand up. Three city champs back to back to back. We were really like that.
You didn't happen to play with Brennan Harris, huh? At Milne, huh?
No.
Okay. He might have played for Goretti.
He probably played for Goretti.
I might have a pulse.
A lot of kids played for Goretti.
Brennan Short.
No, Brennan Harris. He coached linebackers at Carr.
No.
Okay.
But we put it on everybody. 3 years undefeated. 30-0. Won 3 city championships back to back to back.
30-0.
What position you played?
I played running back.
You got that running back build.
Yeah, running back.
Running back was popular back then.
Back then. Yeah, not no more, man.
Right.
No. They shipping you in, shipping you out. You damaged goods now,
Damaged goods now.
Damaged goods. But nah, man, the journey started off with me. I was a football player, man, and I went to St. Aug to play football, and somewhere along the lines, man, I played basketball to stay in shape. Basketball was just a tool I used for football.
Yeah.
But shucks, man, I ended up some kind of way, playing some AAU. A few people saw me.
Yep.
And that's kind of how the journey started, man. I played actually my freshman year, the summer of my freshman year. I quit basketball to play football. Right, I quit. I was like, man, I'm just gonna focus on football, And
that's when y'all had like Akeem Jolly and Michael Franklin and all that back then.
Like Franklin.
Yeah. And so, I really locked in on football. But man, Coach Jaluk and Coach Mims at Warren Easton, and Coach Jaluk was my AAU coach for the Amazons, man. And they told me to stick with it a little bit, so I stuck with it. Had a great year. I had a great basketball year that year, great summer, and it was good, man. So I just kind of stuck with it. One thing led to another, man, and I was getting recruited more in basketball than football. That's kind of how the journey kind of started.
Right.
And I kind of found that passion, that love. Signed to. Obviously had some D1s that wanted me, but I didn't have the academics. Right.
Gotcha.
So I was okay, man, but ACT stopped a lot of brothers.
Right.
You
Gotcha.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
You needed a certain, back at that time. You needed like a certain ATT.
yeah, you
You
need
need like a 20 or something. Like you needed like some ridiculous number.
and the lower your GPA was, the higher you had.
The higher,
to make.
the higher ACT had to be.
Yeah,
Correct.
man. So it was crazy, right? So, long story short, man, I ended up signing to Line Morris. Line Morris at the time was the number 3 JUCO in the country, right?
What is it?
Line Morris in Texas.
Texas.
I never heard of that.
Yeah,
Texas.
It's one of the best JUCO leagues in the country. But man, I was, everybody used to hoop back at home at Xavier. All the hoopers, that's where they hooped at.
For real, like the pros.
The pros.
J.R. Smith.
All the pros. All the pros was there.
Smith,
Chris Paul.
Brandon
Lane,
Bass,
Lane,
everybody
from Alabama that
Yep.
came out of high school.
Yeah, man. And so Dan Jackson had everybody, come because he had the organization, the Jazz.
Yep.
Correct.
So everybody came to the gym. If you were somebody you could hoop, everybody played at Xavier.
Everybody played at Xavier.
And man, I graduate. I'm into my senior year. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go and hoop. That's the only place we can play at. Back in that time, we didn't have a gym where we can go to.
Correct.
We was outside. We was trying to figure it out. Yeah, on the playground for real.
Playground.
And so, man, I'm playing, and shucks, man, I'm having some good
good runs.
days. Yeah, some good runs. And Jackson, like, what you think about coming to Xavier? I said, man, what you talking about?
So you was already enrolled at the JUCO?
No, I already signed my letter of intent.
Already signed.
I signed my letter of intent, right? And Jackson, like, what you think about coming to Xavier? I said, coming to Xavier? I said, listen, I had some D1 interest. I'm like, why would I, in my mind, like, why would I? So I said, man, talk to my people. And he did that. And so, man, long story short, man, we ended up taking a tour, and I felt like God gave me a second chance, man, because I ain't do it right academically the first time at St. Aug, right? I didn't sleep, but I just did enough to get by. You know what I mean? And so I looked at my opportunity at Xavier was my chance, that God gave me a chance to kind of make it right.
But you went from a school where Xavier is a very high academic school.
High academic school, huh?
It's a high academic school. For HBCU, listen, people don't know about Xavier, Louisiana. Listen,
that degree hold weight.
A lot of it.
Major weight.
1925 stand up.
I like that pride you got, man.
Yeah.
I love that pride.
Yeah. We're gonna do that. You're gonna do it like that.
Right.
But I really took it serious.
Gotcha.
And because it was a different kind of passion then.
Gotcha.
Because
The barn.
The barn.
Barn.
I used to be there. Roger Collins, that was my classmate.
B used to cut me up all the time. Slim, what's up, baby?
Yeah, no doubt.
Boy, Slim used to keep me fresh.
We just was talking about you. As a matter of fact, it's funny you brought his name up. And he told me, he said, when you came in as a freshman and they were upperclassmen, you used to challenge the upperclassmen. You came in with this level of confidence, and you was picking people up 94 feet, and your personality and what you brought to the table was so infectious on the team. He just told me that, like, not too long ago when he was down here from Atlanta.
Man, you know what's crazy, because, like, I tell people all the time, like, my vision, one, I had some guys that was really good in front of me, so I ain't like Chevis Brim or Mike. I couldn't come.
Mark Stewart.
Like, I couldn't come.
Dreon Major.
And just like, just half step. I had to come with it, or you was gonna have a long day. You know what I mean? But then again, I had a different vision. Like, I didn't want to just stay at Xavier. My vision was to go to the league. You know what I'm saying? Or to play pro. Like, that was my vision.
Right.
So if that's my vision, I know I done played against the best. I done outplayed the best. I'm not coming there just to kind of, just to be okay. I'm
Just to
coming
be
there
a guy.
I'm coming there to be the guy.
To be the guy.
Yeah. And so obviously, man, we had some All-Americans on that team. You had Tim Green, you had Slim, you had, Chef, you had some really good guys. So I knew I had to come in and play a role, And so my role was to come in, keep the level of intensity high, play hard. And when I got my minutes, man, I tried to make the best of it.
Bring me back to the barn, dog. Dog, listen.
So the Barn used to get like that 05, 07 year with Chris Paul and J.R. Smith. Listen, the Barn was the Barn.
I told
The barn.
The Barn.
I told Coach A.J. Williams, who's the head coach at Xavier, who's doing
guy.
a phenomenal
Yeah.
job.
It's my guy, man.
Phenomenal job.
Phenomenal.
Him and Coach Mitch.
I didn't see Coach AJ. We took a trip to Atlanta. Two different reasons.
But I was telling them, I said, when they built the new arena,
Yeah.
I was like, it's nice, and I'm happy for y'all,
But it ain't the ball.
but it ain't the bone.
It ain't
It
the
ain't the
same,
ball.
baby.
Bro, DJ Jubilee in the corner, the
Jubilee
squad
was
coming
up.
there,
Man,
Wayne,
Wayne.
Listen,
bro,
it's different.
the Hot Boys.
Listen, it's different. You dive on the floor for a loose ball and a crowd picking you up,
Yes.
giving you, man, what? It's different.
Slim used to put me on the list. Roger Collins, who
Yep.
I got to represent for the Tribe Paris.
Yeah.
HL Bourgeois, man.
Yeah.
I got to put on for my
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
But he used to put me on the list. He used to say, "G, we play at 7, right? But the girls play at 5. Get here at 4:45."
Yeah, 4:45.
He said, "You don't get here by 4:45.
You're not getting in.
You might
Sorry.
not get in, even if you're on the list."
Sorry.
And when I used to come to the games, dog, I felt like I was at a concert / basketball game / party.
Epic.
It was that
Epic.
type of atmosphere, bro. Talk about playing in the barn and just
Being
all
part of that
the
lobby.
times y'all had at the barn, bro.
Man, listen, you know, the thing about it is the atmosphere was infectious, right?
Yeah.
So like you got everybody in there, right? You got everybody in there.
Everybody that's somebody.
Everybody that's somebody in there. You know what I'm saying? So like you like, man, I'm about to come and play hard because you know what I mean? Like, because watch this, the other teams came with that same attitude, like we about to go play in a barn, right? So they came with their A game, like they knew they couldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They knew they couldn't come and have steps. So
Mhm.
because they knew people was gonna be there.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it was crazy, the atmosphere, man. You know, everybody, man. You got DJs, you got the student section, the fan base was just crazy.
Crazy.
man.
And the court was right up on where
Right
the
on-
fans
Yeah.
sit.
I say.
That's the baseline,
Yeah.
and this is the bleachers.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? So like anything that's going out of bounds, y'all
You
y'all
taking
see
the
what I'm
ball
You take the
out.
ball
Yeah.
in. You take the ball in.
Yeah.
If you don't oppose the team, they talking crazy to you.
They talking crazy to you, right? You know what I mean? Then like, you know how the games get intense sometimes. So like, if there's a loose ball and you kind of got to tie up and you face to face with your opponent, start playing Knuck If You Buck. I don't know if the youngsters know that song. You know?
Yeah.
DJ
The
Jubilee.
crime
Knuck If
out.
You Buck. Yeah. The gym go crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, it's
That was
like,
that era.
man, it's that era, man. Everybody dancing. Everybody dancing.
Everybody
in the
getting
crowd.
down.
Everybody
I
dancing.
know it's
in the
hard to
crowd.
stay focused. It's Xavier, bro. I can't walk around on that campus.
No. You can't do it. Can't
Bro,
do
it
it.
was hard to stay focused, bro.
Yeah, it was. You had to have a level of discipline. That's what I tell my boys right now. You know, because discipline is everything. You got to, man. Like, you know, you got to understand what you there for because it's easy to go there and get shipped right back out if
Yup.
you ain't focused.
Yeah.
The ratio was 23, like 20. At that time, it was like 23, 25 to 1. You know what I mean?
They walking around campus all day, every day.
When I'm walking on Xavier Camp, I'm like, what are dudes?
What the
Not
dudes
that I'm looking for dudes. I'm
No.
just like, bro, I see women everywhere.
Everywhere. So you gotta have discipline. You gotta know. You gotta know why you there. Because if not, it's easy to get that sidetrack. You know what I mean? So, but it was live. It was some of the best moments, man, of basketball I ever played in my life.
And I bet you when Coach Dan asked you, would you consider coming to Xavier? And of course, you felt like you was better than that because you was getting
for sure.
recruited by some D1s.
D1s.
Do you regret that experience?
Man, I don't, man. I don't regret it because I felt like I was called to go there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I it was bigger than basketball for me, right?
No doubt.
And it's crazy because, you think about like my journey at Xavier. So my freshman year, I ended up leading the nation in steals, right?
I remember that.
I led my team in assists,
You was picking people up 94 feet.
94 feet, right?
I remember that.
My sophomore year, Katrina happened,
Correct.
right? But then, they gave us that year back.
Yeah, they back.
Man, you talk about like peep this out. Going into my sophomore year, my redshirt sophomore year, I get a chance to go to Adidas Nations. Adidas Nations is when the college guys and the young guys. The college guys were. Man, I'm at Adidas Nations with my little brother DJ Augustine, Derrick Rose, Kevin Love, Mario. Watch this. All those dudes at these big schools, and I'm at Xavier. Right, I'm at Xavier.
K-Love at UCLA. Mario Chalmers at Kansas.
Right.
I mean, DJ is at Texas.
Listen, I'm at Xavier, right? And I'm there, and I'm doing the same thing. Ain't nothing different. I'm picking up 94 feet. You know what I mean? And I feel like God used me in that situation, man, because at that time, going to my sophomore year, I really got saved. You know what I mean? Like I really got saved and dedicated like my whole everything to God. You feel me? And I felt like God just started having his shining his favor on me. Man, I'm at Adidas. I'm not supposed to be there. I'm at Xavier. These dudes playing in front 21,000, 20,000. I'm playing in front
No, you playing in the barn.
in the barn. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro. The barn was real.
And it was real.
Come on,
I,
now.
I, I ain't down playing.
The ball was real.
But what I'm saying is, just on paper, that's not supposed to happen, right? But
Correct.
that was fake.
The outside looking in.
The
Outside looking in.
Man, but watch this. Man, I go there, man, and cut up, right? Cut up. You know what I mean? To the point where I don't know if y'all. I was featured in Slam magazine.
I didn't know that.
I ain't know that.
Kobe was on the front of the. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna send you a picture of it. Kobe was on the front of it with the American flag for the
Nah, I
USA
remember
team.
that.
And I was Agray Sam did a feature on me called "Picture Me Ballin'."
Come on.
Bruh.
Yeah. I seen y'all some pictures of it. It was dope, man. Man, when I tell y'all cut up, went out there cut up, man. And it was great because that kind of pioneered me on the national circuit. You know what I mean? And so you talk about trading that experience, man. I got a chance to have that national experience right there at Xavier. And guess what, man? We got a chance to like really bring in like some heavy hitters, man. My senior year, Spike Lee flew down and came watch me play. I got the pictures. It's
That's
on
an experience.
It's on
That's an
Facebook.
experience.
Man, what?
That's an
You know what I
experience.
mean? Against Loyola at the barn. You know what I mean?
He should
And
have came
so,
to Dillard.
yeah, yeah.
Probably was shooting a movie.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have moved. But you know how crazy that is, man. Spike Lee up in your locker room taking a
what I'm
picture with you.
saying.
I'm saying.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy.
That's crazy. And so
That's crazy.
going into my junior year, I get invited back to Adidas Nation. This year is at Dallas, right? And so I'm back there with some of the top 10 athletes. You know what I mean? Getting coached by NBA coaches. So all of a sudden, I'm on the radar. You know what I mean? I'm on the radar. And so that kind of set up some things for me when I finished playing at Xavier, And so, we'll kind of get into the rest of that, as we go on, just understanding the journey, man. And so the journey was so great for me. It was so sweet for me because you think about it, man, like, I mean, they had some really good point guards that played before me. They had some really good point guards that played while I was there, but they didn't get that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So, I really believe God's favor was on me. But not only that, man, I really was able to really do some things to help put Xavier on the map nationally as well.
I do want to ask you this though, Shaun, because when I used to come to the games, I'm a basketball junkie.
Yeah.
High school basketball historian. I was in the building when y'all lost. When y'all played DJ now.
Man.
JP cut up.
Man.
and they took y'all hard. But just talking to Broderick Collins, Mark Stewart, Drayon Major, Coach Dan Jackson about what kind of player you was at Xavier, and not just on the court, but like how you just carried yourself just around campus.
Yeah.
Talk about your upbringing, bro. Like, what your parents instilled in you and how you became the person that
Right.
you was. Because
Word.
I think that's important to talk about because you see a lot of kids, they might be very talented.
Yep.
But they get to college and they don't understand how to
Conduct
be on
themselves.
time. They don't know how to communicate. They don't understand that you got to play a certain role until it's your time.
Your time.
And things of that nature, man. Kind of touch on that.
Man, that's great. I'm glad you guys asked that question because when I was coming up, I was the youngest. I had two older brothers. You know what I mean? My dad was around. My dad was tough on us. He was a real man's man. My mom ain't cut no corners with us. You know what I mean? And so, like, my whole life, I started playing sports, like organized sports, because I just wanted to be better than my brothers in sports. They was really good.
Want to prove something.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So my upbringing was this, like, I never was allowed to quit. Anything I got, I had to earn it, right?
Yep.
If I wanted to go to the movies with my friends, I had to make sure I cut the grass, wash dishes. You know what I'm saying? I had to make sure I
You
did
had
all
to
my
do
chores.
some sort of work to get that
I
opportunity.
had to get it, right? And so, I ain't come up we wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying? But like my dad worked hard, my mom worked hard, and anything that I needed in between, I learned how to work to get it. So, I said if I needed $15, my people ain't had it, I go rake leaves. I go cut somebody else's grass. I go wash somebody else's car. You know what I mean? Because I understood the
They
process.
definitely got love bugs in their car.
Yeah, you
Those
know,
are the facts. They got love bugs all over the place.
All over.
All cars need to be washed
All
in the,
cars need to
in
be
the
washed.
woods, New Orleans.
and that's why I tell people all the time. There's a lot of ways you can get it. Now, I ain't gonna front. My friends, they was doing crazy stuff, right? My
Right.
friends, they was stealing cars. My friends, they was, you know what I'm saying?
They still
was,
stealing cars.
they still stealing cars. You know what I'm saying?
That's just like a thing.
That's the thing, right? But
Quick, come on.
Yeah.
but here's the thing, y'all. Like they did a good job of like keeping me out of that. But also, you know, I think the biggest thing was I seen it done the wrong way.
Yeah.
So much in my family.
Right.
And in my friendships too. I seen it done the wrong way. I just wanted something different. You know what I mean? And so you know, man, everything I did, I was never allowed to quit. Right? So like you talk about waiting your turn, man. When I was coming up, things wasn't fair. But my dad never let me quit. Like if I talked to him, man, I supposed to be no, well, if that's what you think that's supposed to happen, then you need to prove it every single day. You know what I mean? I remember I was playing for bitty nationals. Man, I was an All-American, and I came off the bench. I thought I should have been starting, right? You know, my pops told me, well, you ain't starting, but every time you get on the court, you make it show that coach can't take you out the game,
Make
That's
yourself
it.
undeniable.
right? So guess what? Every time I got in the game, I made it extremely hard for coach to take me out the game. Man, I was All-American coming off the bench.
That blue and that yellow and black basketball, baby.
You know what I mean? That yellow. And I refuse to let anybody or anything just kind of take me out of what I wanted to do. And I was stubborn like that. You know what I mean? So my upbringing was, man, I got two older brothers. You know what I mean? They make it hard on me. You know what I mean? I'm good for my age group, but they still killing me in the backyard. You know, so I ain't that good yet. So that kept me level headed. You know what I mean? That kept me hungry, kept me wanting to grind. You know, cause you know they talking crazy to me.
Yeah.
They talking crazy, like, man, you sad, you know? And so I'm like, man, I'm all right. I got you. So I'm in the backyard shooting.
Shooting.
You know what I
Getting
mean?
buckets.
I'm getting buckets by myself. By myself. In my backyard. I had an 8.5 foot goal.
Having game 7 back there.
Having game 7.
Shaun
back there,
Dumas for the winner.
right? Nowadays, look, and it's crazy because that's the mind games I play with myself, right?
Real
But
talk.
Right.
most people would have been like, man, I don't have a 10-foot goal. I ain't use. Man, drug dealers bought me a goal. Drug dealers bought me a goal. They seen how dedicated they bought me a goal and they bought me some basketball. I'm like, man, you gonna be the one.
So you grew up in
A-Ward.
A ward. So you went to St. Aug. How did that transpire? Like, why did you go to St. Aug? I always like to ask this question.
Listen, my brothers went to Fauché, right? My brothers went to Fauché. My whole family went to Fauché and Corn. So my whole family went to Fauché. And it's crazy because Coach Wu coached my older brother. My brother that's still living. Coach Wu coached him, so I used to always be in the gym with Coach Wu, and he the AD at 35 now. So it's kind of full circle moment. Yeah, it's crazy, full circle moment.
Coach Wu, a legend, man.
Yes.
Baby. Shout out
No
to
doubt.
Coach Wu.
For sure.
I got, man, you know, I had pretty much all the schools in the Catholic League wanted me to come play football for them. You know, Jesuit, Brother Martin.
Brother Martin.
So Fauché and Corn was out of it. They ain't have a shot.
Coach Wu, I love you, bro, but y'all ain't have a shot.
listen. Back then, no.
But you was going to St. Aug for football, though. So
I was going to say
Yeah, football.
because Fauché and Corn was good in basketball.
It was good.
Basketball.
Man, actually, Fauché beat us my junior year in the playoffs. They beat St. Aug my junior year in the playoffs. So you
That's
know,
when they had Thomas.
that's when they had Nunny. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Thomas with the Southeastern with me. Thomas was real good left hander.
my guy, man. That's my guy. What up, boy?
So
So
where he at now?
man, he was in Texas.
Man, if you ever talk to Thomas, tell him I asked him about him, bro.
I will. We be chopping it up on Facebook, man.
Yeah,
I
Tom
don't
a
know.
good dude,
Shout out
bro.
to Facebook. I
Yep.
still rock out with Facebook.
We get older, we gotta be on
Listen,
the
Yeah,
Facebook.
That's the
man.
original. That's the
Yeah,
pioneer.
man, that's the pioneer, baby.
Pioneer.
One love to Facebook.
Look, everybody had that list. You used to have first of all, people who don't understand, you had to have a college ID
Yep.
for Facebook before it became public.
College, you had to have a college.
Before
and a
it
college
became
email.
public in 2007, 2008, you needed a college ID.
Facts.
You needed a college email. If you didn't have a
Facts.
college email, you couldn't get a
Get
Facebook
on
account.
Facebook. Yeah, man. And it was peaceful back then.
Yeah.
It was.
Hey,
It went on-
hey,
yeah.
hey, but look, that library was lit.
It was lit, bro. All that poking was going on. A lot of
poking
poking was
was
going
going
on.
on. Poking going
And
on.
poking was going. Hey, look, you poke somebody.
Can you
it
still
look
poke
like
on Facebook?
I don't even think so. I think
I don't know.
I think they
This
just
was before the wall.
Yeah. Man, look, everybody was poking on Facebook.
Yes, indeed.
Like you poke, what you poke your back. Man,
No
what?
doubt.
But listen, man. So no lie to y'all, man. I got to St. Aug because, you know, nobody gonna really take care of you like your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, and y'all understand my
I
stance.
understand. I understand what you're saying.
Yep.
But you hear the cases of when this kid is, you know, super
Yep.
duper good, then he make a
Yep.
mistake when they're senior.
Yep.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Then all of a sudden that kid got
And it's still going on to
It's
this
still
day.
going today.
you know what I mean? And so my people was there was like, man, I really want to see you do it with with your people.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
so
Yep.
that's kind of how I got
And I'm pretty
there,
sure they know people in the building.
man.
Correct.
So, their daddy probably
Yeah.
knew some people, and they felt
Somebody
comfortable
barbecue with
comfortable,
each.
yeah.
Somebody barbecue with somebody.
Yeah, yeah. And that's how I
Somebody
go.
barbecue with somebody.
That's how I go.
Somebody shot marbles or something.
Yeah,
What?
somebody shot marbles, man.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of how it happened, man. And it's a level of pride, man, when you at St. Aug, when you going through it, and then when you graduate, man, it's just a level of pride, man. Like, and obviously, I know they got a lot of schools that have pride in their
course.
in their school, but man, I just think St. Aug is just different, man.
It
Like,
is.
It's
For
completely
the
different.
New Orleans area, it is.
Man. It's
For
different.
kids who graduate out of there, and they say I would say all they say it with the chest.
Yeah, it means something. It means something, and it's like no matter where you go, you got somebody that's from St. Aug that's gonna reach back and make sure they help the alumni. You know what I mean? And that's special.
Yep.
And I guess there's places like that all around, but it's just a little different.
I kind of want to go back to when you was in college, bro. I think in everybody's lives is always a turning point that changes you, that makes you look at life in a different lens, different perspective.
Yep.
Talk about in college, man, when you lost your brother that was in the military, bro, and how that changed you and how that made you look at life in a different perspective.
Man, crazy that we even having this moment around. 2 days ago was his anniversary when he
Damn.
passed. Right, 3 days for my birthday. Tomorrow my birthday. Right.
Happy early birthday.
Appreciate that, man.
Libra season, baby.
Yeah, straight like that. So look, that was the hardest thing I had to deal with in my life, right?
Early.
Early, man, early on. That was my first time having to face that so close to me.
Correct.
That's my brother, like
Correct.
my real brother. Like I grew up in a household,
in the same home.
same home. Like you know what I'm saying. He really like invested a lot in me. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I learned a lot from him. But it was humbling, man, because my brother was 25, right? And my brother kind of got off track a little bit in life, so he was doing his thing.
We
you know,
all
in the
do.
streets.
Correct.
You know what I mean? He was doing his thing in the streets. And my brother had his baby, man. When he had his daughter, his life changed,
Correct.
and so he went from like, you know what I'm saying, in the streets to like,
Streets. I gotta be a parent.
I got to be a parent. He went to the army, y'all. Y'all know how hard that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He went to the army, changed his life completely around, man, and that did something for me because that showed me there's hope.
Yeah.
You can make it out of here. You
Correct.
know what I mean? You can make it out the hood.
Yep.
And my older brother was doing it, and not only did he do it for me, but he did it for people in the hood too. They saw that, you know. But man, my brother had 2 weeks left in his in his stay in Iraq. He had 2 weeks left. He was coming back, man. Driving. Guy was driving. He was on the back of the ran over a roadside bomb in the whole platoon, you know.
This is in Iraq.
In Iraq, yeah.
And this, for people don't understand, back at that time, obviously the country was in war
Yeah.
during that time. With
Yeah.
obviously President Bush was, president,
Yeah.
but there's
Yeah.
a lot of people were in
Yeah.
Afghanistan.
A lot of people, man. It's crazy because, like, even to this day, man, when I see, law enforcement, any kind of enforcement, man, Army, Navy, I salute them and tell them I appreciate
Put
you.
your
because,
service
here's the thing, man. We are able to do this right here because they're putting their lives on the line.
For real.
for real. For real.
You
No
know
matter
what's
how
going
we
on
look
in
at
Israel
it.
No
right
matter how
now?
you look
That's
at
what I'm
it.
saying. No matter how we look at it.
Israel,
Boy.
and from Israel to what's the country underneath Russia? I can't think. It's slipping my mind.
There's a lot going on.
There's two wars.
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine,
Ukraine.
and now you have this issue going on in Israel. There's two wars going on.
Yeah, man. And so, think about how many families got to, deal with their loved ones being deployed. You know what I'm
Can't sleep
saying?
at night.
Can't sleep at
Can't
night.
sleep at night. And so for me, it was like, you know how you think about it, man. You young, you just think everything is just perfect.
Correct.
Man, I get that phone call changed my whole life completely.
So and that was your freshman year or sophomore year? Sophomore year in college, bro.
So this is done Katrina.
Right after
Right
Katrina.
after Katrina.
2006.
Right after Katrina.
2006. Yep. 2006, man. And man, it just it was different. It hit different, man. But you know, it's crazy because maybe like 2 weeks before that, you know, and I'm gonna keep saying this. This is who I am. I really got saved. You know what I mean? And like
You found God.
I really found God. You know what I'm saying? And that was what I really needed at that time because you know how it is, man. You going through that's a big void in your life that
Big
you
void.
lose. You know what I'm
Huge.
saying?
Massive.
And man, God was able to fill that void for me. And you know, that was tough, man.
How did you know? Because what you was about what 19, 20?
2006, yeah, I was
Somewhere around there.
You got to be about 20, 21 at the
20,
latest.
21, yeah. I was 20. I was 20 making 21.
Right. Take me through your thought process as it pertains to losing somebody that close and how you started looking at life.
It's crazy. Man, I lost my brother and maybe like 2-3 weeks later I bruised my MCL. Right? Nah, you might as well just tear it. You know what I mean? Like that's how bad it is.
Correct.
Right. So I got to play a whole season with a bruised MCL, and I lost my brother. Right. My mindset was like, man, I gotta stay occupied. I gotta do
Occupied.
something.
You got to play.
And this before mental health was a thing.
Yeah, man.
Oh, this is way before that.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, it's crazy because it was like a lot of things was going on. Like, you know, I missed a little bit of school, obviously because of that. And you know, I'm in my semester and I'm struggling in the math class, and like my professor, like, I don't know I can't really help you. You know what I'm saying?
Tough.
You know, so I'm struggling in the math class. The rest of my class was okay. I'm struggling mentally. I'm like, man, I just lost my, you know what I'm saying, my older brother.
Basically, at the Ivy League school.
At an Ivy League school, I messed my knee up, right? Man, God slowed me down, man. Like, God slowed me down for real. And, like, I really had to cling to, like, his word, you know, my people, you know what I mean? You know, I depended on my people, man, heavily to help me get out of that mess. Because it was a lot, bro. Like I say, not only that, but I had to deal with my family too. My brother was so big in the family, and so everybody really took that hard, man. And but the mental side of it was I just had to stay occupied. I had to do something so that I just didn't have any dead time on my hand to just think about it. And,
Right.
You know, so yeah, it was tough.
Man,
But nevertheless, man, we made it through.
no doubt.
You know what I mean?
It
And
made you a warrior.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy because like my brother, the only thing he used to talk about was coming home to see me play. See, my brother never seen me play in college, never. So all he talked about was coming and making sure I was doing my thing, right? And so one of the biggest things before every game we did the national anthem, and we sung, you know, the national anthem.
So
as
I know that was a big thing for you too.
Huge.
Yeah.
After it had happened.
huge,
Yeah.
And so I felt like my brother was always able to watch every game now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he was, and so as we sing in the national anthem, I'm thinking about my brother. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and grind this out for you, big dog.
How did your teammates and like Coach Dan them
Man, they were brothers. They were
embrace you?
Man, they were brothers, man. They were there with me every step of the way, man. They was at the services. And anything I needed, my guys was there for me, man.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And that was big
For
because
real.
Dan Jackson, he always preaches a brotherhood. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I felt like there was nothing less than my brothers,
That
man.
proved it.
You know, there was nothing less than my
they were
brothers
there.
during that time. Yeah, man, it was there for me every step of the way.
But
Straight
let's
like that.
take us to time after Xavier.
Yep.
Time's coming to a close. You can't stay here forever.
Yep.
Talk about the process when college basketball's over.
Yep.
What Shaun Dumas' life looks like now?
Man, you know, for me it came to an abrupt stop, right? So for me, work out for the Rockets, work out for the Hornets, they're the Pelicans now.
Yeah.
Have really good workouts. You know, Byron Scott was a huge fan. Coach
Right.
BJ Johnson was a huge fan of me. Coach BJ actually coached me when I was at Adidas Nations for a circle moment. Really good, man. You know, do all my pro circuits. Really good. I was supposed to sign in Israel. My agent had a heart attack. Right?
Damn.
My agent had a heart attack. Richard Avick, bless his soul, man. He passed away. He had a
He
heart
died
attack.
after the heart attack?
No. He died a few years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So he had a heart attack, man, and deal fall through. Now at this time after Katrina, my people moved to Donaldsonville. So I'm
Gotcha.
driving back and forth to work out. You know what I mean? My people ain't rich, so it's like,
Mhm.
Shaun, you gotta get a job. You gotta figure out how to get in the meantime.
You driving him to St. James Parish.
Man, what? Clifford birthday. At St. Aug. I go to watch St. Aug play after. He like, Dumas, man, won't you come see me? I'm like, nope. I know what he wanted. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He wanted, that I knew there was a job opening. I was like, nah, I ain't coming holler at him. So I'm just
Why?
trying. Cause I ain't want to give up the ghost.
Yeah, you want to keep dribbling the ball.
I want to keep dribbling the ball. You know what I mean? So people out.
Keep dribbling the ball.
So he like, Dumas, come see me. I said, all right, coach, I'm gonna come. I'm like, man, I am not coming nowhere near this school. About 2 weeks go by, another little situation pop, fall through the crack. I'm like, man, I need some money. I need some gas money to keep working out. I need some gas money to keep working out and stay in shape.
All right.
Man, I ended up going. As soon as I walk in, boy, they're like, Dumas, I got an opening, teaching social studies. Are you interested? Man, I prayed a little bit. I said, I'm going to take it. Needed some money, First year there, man, it was great. Bought there was coaching. That's when Javon Felix, I.E. London,
Javon
all
Felix.
those guys,
Craig
Victor,
Yep.
Blake, those were my guys,
Yes.
And so, Marlon Watts with World, all those guys, those guys,
Marlon Watts with World Vision.
World Vision,
World
yeah.
Vision.
Mhm. So, that was my first group. Not Javon. Javon was in high school already, but Craig Victor, those were they were in A grade when I first got there.
Mhm.
But I got there in the middle of the year. Man, and I was like, I'm only gonna do this until May, and I'm out of here. I got a phone call. I want to say in like February. Coach Marlon Terrell was up in Mexico.
Mhm.
He called me. I said, Dumas, I got a job for you. You ready? He said, you in shape? I said, man, yeah, I'm in shape. I said, I'm in class. Give me about 10 minutes. I'll call you when I get out of class. It was almost like this God moment, man, where God just started revealing, like, what I was supposed to be doing, right? I'm in class, man, and these kids don't know I was on the phone with a coach, so I'm about to go to Mexico. They don't know that, right?
Right.
These kids, man, they started letting me know, Coach Shaun, man, my life been changed since you got here. You know what I'm saying? And just it was just like the weirdest thing. I'm like, man, what's wrong with y'all? Like, you know what I mean? That's not how people at St. Aug talk. That's not a God's talk. So, but they started letting me know what I meant in their life. You know what I mean?
You was pouring into him?
Man, pouring into them. Straight like that. You know what I mean? But long story short, man, I felt like God began to show me, man, this is what I purpose you to do. I purposed you to be who you needed when you was in high school.
Yeah.
Powerful right
And
there.
it's crazy because to this day, I never called Coach Terrell back.
Wow.
I've been coaching ever since.
Wow.
And what year was that?
2009, 2010.
Same
Wow.
year the Saints won the Super Bowl, huh?
Yeah.
2009, 2010. I've been doing it ever since, man. And, obviously it's that cross, right? Man, I still won't. Like, to this day, I wish I could just wake up and hoop, right? But my life has been so much more fruitful now that I'm like, man, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Touching lives, impacting lives.
Impacting lives.
Plus we old.
Yep.
Plus we old. You know what I mean? Plus we old.
Delete the point out there.
Yeah. And so that was just so deep for me, man. Like, just being able to pay it forward, man, and
Right.
continue to impact generation after generation after
Right.
generation after generation. And so, man, I'm so full.
And then I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. We
Yep.
gonna get to the state championships.
Yeah.
We gonna get the Crescent City. How you took over a team that only had 3 wins. We gonna get into that. But I want to go to another pivotal point in your life, bro. Well, it was in the midst of
Yep.
the state championships. You had a close cousin of yours, Brianna Hayes, man.
Yep.
Passed away right before you was getting ready to go compete for the top 28, bro.
Yep.
Andrew Lopez, who's one of the best media
The best.
members that ever come through Louisiana, doing his thing for the Hornets and ESPN. I got a chance to build a relationship with him when I first got in my media journey at the top 28, man, he's doing a hell of a job. He did a story on you on ESPN, bro.
Front page.
Front page.
Front page.
Front page. I remember seeing it, and I was
Front
so
page.
excited for you just to see your story get shared and people shine a light on who you are as a person. But take me back to that. When you find out about your cousin Brianna Hayes, because she passed away on
On a cruise.
on a cruise.
Yeah, on the cruise.
And how you dealt with that,
Man,
getting ready to go compete for a championship.
look, you know, and Brianna was my cousin, but she was my sister,
Mhm.
right? Nobody can tell me anything else.
No
That's my
doubt.
sister. You know, and it's crazy because we talk about who kind of cling to me the most. Because Brianna, my brother, Chris and Brianna.
Mhm.
So, you know, my brother was Brianna's parent.
Right.
So she clinged to me, and we always was super close.
Close.
But she clinged to me even more when my brother passed, right? We were so close. Shucks, man. So come to find out, you know, she was, I want to say, the first person to pass from COVID in New Orleans, in New Orleans area, right? She on the trip. She passed away. I find out about it. And you just think it's fake, man. You know how it is. Like, so much of that stuff happening. You're like, man, I'm pranked. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't real.
Yeah.
But it was, man. You know, you go, and then it's like, I'm in the middle of a special year. Not in the middle, but at the end of a special year. How can I keep my guys operating at this capacity? So the first thing I told him was nothing. I wasn't going to tell him anything. Because I wanted them to stay focused. I didn't want them to worry about me. You know what I mean?
Right.
They know your demeanor changed, though.
They knew everything. And see, that's the thing, right? When you build a relationship with your guys,
They know when something
they
affected
know.
you. They know when something affected you.
Because those wasn't my players are not my players. I call them my sons, right? That's the kind of relationship I have with them, right? I'm super close with them, so they knew something was wrong. And so, when I was in the locker room, I had to let them know. You know what I mean? Tough moment. Had to let them know, and they see me vulnerable. But see, for a lot of them, they never see me like that because I'm always a rock.
Correct.
So,
Always upbeat.
man, it resonated, right? And so, in their lives, for their first time, they were able to be my rock.
The roles reverse.
Yeah, the roles reversed. So I was always their rock, but the roles reversed, and they were there for me, man. And it was beautiful.
That was
man.
Byron Joshua Senior.
Byron Joshua, Glenn Roan,
Yup.
Keon. I mean, Jordan Farrell.
Special group.
I mean, special group, man. I mean, you know, and those guys, they, you know, it's crazy. When my brother passed, my teammates was there for me, and when my sister passed, man, my guys were there for me. You know, man, they bought me this plant. You know, that just kind of symbolize, you know, just what she meant to me.
Yep.
You know, all of them wrote on their shoes.
Right.
Man, it was just like
Yeah, I remember
it was,
that.
man,
Yup,
listen, it
sure
was
did.
like a movie, man. Like it was like a movie for real, and it showed me like this is, and it was kind of God even sending a little ticket. This is what I purposed you to do. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I purpose you to do. And look how you impacted these kids' lives. These kids' lives have changed forevermore. Beyond basketball.
Beyond basketball.
Beyond basketball. You know,
It's
but it
like
was
things
tough.
you just can't forecast.
You can't forecast it.
You can't predict it. You can't forecast it. All you can do is pour in. And when something goes left or something doesn't go your way, something happens for you
Yeah.
that, again, you can't forecast.
Yeah.
You can't predict it. You can't say, man, this is what I'm supposed to get because I'm coaching.
Yeah.
No, that ain't how that works. You just pouring in, and something now you need something to pour into you,
Yeah, man.
and how it pours back like a spring.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Because peep this out. So now we talking about COVID, right? So they're talking about games have to be changed. So we're going back and forth. 1 second we can play at Crescent City, but they can't have fans. Then the next second, no, we can't play at Crescent City. We're gonna have to play somewhere else. Man, so much going on, right? I'm like,
I was in Lake Charles when that was going on, bro.
yeah. Right now, I'm definitely appreciative that the LHSA let us play because
What
a
y'all
lot of
played
people
at Scolinville or
we
Dunham?
played at Lee.
Lehigh,
Yeah.
We played at Lee, right? So
which is Liberty now.
Liberty now.
Yeah.
And I'm super appreciative because a lot of people's seasons were canceled.
And y'all played with no fans.
No fans, right? And let me tell you how crazy this is. A lot of those kids came in when they were super young. All my guys came in when they were young, and they were at Crescent City when we used to play with no fans. So for them, they was like, man, we been here before. You know what I mean? Like
We used to.
We used to it. You
No
know what I'm saying?
fans.
So guess what? We gonna be our biggest fans. And man, those guys were super upbeat. They were loud. They were cheering each other on. Man, it was it was a real Tyler Perry. What's happening?
Yeah.
It was a real movie,
You need
man.
a doc, bro.
Man.
You really need a doc.
Once you go ahead and speak that into existence, I'm gonna go ahead and receive it.
I'm thinking, I'm in the film now.
Come on.
I'm getting in the film, man. I got some things matriculated, man. Got some things matriculated.
So we gonna
You
talk.
need a doc, bro. Real talk, cause you can't script that no better.
No.
In the way that Andrew wrote it, I mean, it was
it was-
flawless.
I don't know how he ain't win an award.
Listen, man, Dick Vitale actually went online and he tweeted and retweeted and I mean, posted. I mean,
Yep.
like he listen. It was.
I'm gonna be
it was-
honest. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, Dick Vitale.
That's how I saw it. Cause
Yeah.
I didn't see when you posted it. I saw when Dick Vitale posted.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this so.
Dick Vitale.
Yeah.
Man, it was crazy, but it couldn't have been scripted
Any better.
Any better. And so think about all of those different things going on, all the different emotions going on, and yeah, I still got to figure out how we gonna bury my sister.
It's like you trying to handle mourning, what happened to your cousin / sister, and being happy for your guys
At the same
all
time.
at the same time.
I'm out.
It's kind of like a weird feeling.
I'm out, G. There's a lot of things I can
Your
do.
emotions
I'm
all
out.
over the place.
All over the place.
I'm out. Can't do it.
All over the place, right? So so as we playing the game, like, and I gotta drink a lotto, I'm like dehydrated. I'm like, man, listen, it was crazy because once we realized we was gonna play in Baton Rouge, I'm like, man, hold up. We had practice. I said, man, call y'all people, tell them pack a bag. We going to stay in Baton Rouge tonight. That's how fast it happened. We didn't get a chance to play or practice or anything. We didn't have no kind of home court advantage. You know, we were supposed to play at Crescent. We was the top seed. No kind of home court advantage. It was just crazy, right? So go pack a bag. We going. We just got in vans and just left. Them dudes played some of the best basketball they played all year.
No doubt.
And despite their leader being shaken. And so, you know, there comes a point in every season. So I tell every team, at the beginning of the season, it's my team. But we have to go. We have to grow from it being my team to it being your team. And
Player-led program.
Player-led program. And the great teams I've had, and I had a lot of them, right? They were able to make that transition from coach's team to their team. And they did it, man, flawlessly.
This is 2020.
So, I want to know what went into you want to take this job at Crescent City, bro. I mean, the people won 3 games before you took the job.
Yep.
It's Crescent City.
It's Metairie, baby.
Metairie.
You know, good location. I like the location.
I love the location, right?
Right there by Veterans.
Yeah.
Right there by Cliffview.
Yeah.
It's good location. But they won 3 games.
3
How you
games.
going to get kids to come to Crescent City? You got to a state championship in year 4. I want to know because you got a lot of young coaches coming up in the game right now that's either in year 1 or about to take over a program or has aspirations to take over a program. They need some nuggets, bro. They need some
No
jewels.
doubt.
What you did, bro,
They got 2 gyms.
They got
to
2
take over
They got 2 well,
take over
Yeah, the Miss
a
Boone High School
program that had 3 wins
Yep.
and turn it into what you did, winning 3 state championships, 5 state championship appearances
In a row.
sent
in a
multiple
row.
kids to
5 in a row.
college.
5 in a row.
5 in a row.
Byron Joshua, who's one of my favorite players you ever coached
Man.
at Alcorn State,
And he's still winning championships.
cutting up.
Still winning championships. 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
And look, one of the smallest people on the court.
Yep.
One of my favorite players to cover in high school basketball since I've been doing media.
Yep.
But man, drop some jewels first, bro. Like how you did that? What's the blueprint? Give me some nuggets. I'm a middle school head coach.
Word. Look,
I'm about to
No
put
lie
some
to
stuff in my
y'all.
notes.
no lie to y'all, right? So I was at Sophie B. Wright
Mm-hmm.
before we had a gym.
Mhm.
We were practicing outside.
Mhm.
Basketball's in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold.
Oh, so y'all practicing at the little gym right there, magazine and
We ain't have a gym. We practice outside.
I'm saying
In the
they got
backyard.
they got
They
an
had-
outside court
they
on
had-
magazine and
No, it was
In
in
the
the
Poland.
backyard. It was in the backyard. They had a full court in the backyard. We practiced outside in
At
the
Sophie
backcourt.
B?
At Sophie B.
I ain't know
had
about
the
that.
band right here. Had the flag football and everything else over here. I had the cheerleaders over here. I had the flag, and we had a really good band, really good. So think about it. I got
They got a street ball court.
high
called
school.
street.
I got high school basketball players, and they got cheerleaders over here, dance team over here, the band over
A lot
here.
going on.
They can't even
Like,
hear my whistle, man. So, but anyway, shout out to Miss Clark. She believed in me. She gave me my first job. Man, forever indebted to her. Man, I love her.
So this is before Jason Bertrand.
Yeah, before. Yeah. So I ended up getting the job at Crescent, right? I took the job because I felt like it was right. I prayed before I took the job, right? I tell anybody, any young coach, don't just take any job. Any job is not a good job. Man, be prayerful and make sure people will be able to invest in your vision. That's important because if you don't have it, no matter how good of a coach you have, if you don't have a good environment around you, your growth is always going to be stunned,
Yeah,
right?
gotcha.
So I got there, man, and basically they just moved out the way, right? So, no disrespect, but the stakes weren't set high, right?
3 games.
3 games, right? 3 games. And
Sounds
3
familiar.
3-21 to be exact.
3-21.
Sounds familiar right now. Continue.
Man, we thinking on saying low, right? So beat us out. So I get there and I'm like, man, I got a good group of kids, right? We didn't have a whole lot of basketball talent.
Gotcha.
But I said, you know what? I can go and get kids that's old and bring them in, but I won't have culture.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to utilize the middle school that we had, right? So, man,
Plus they got a
because
gym.
of and plus the name that I have in the city, in the state, a lot of those families really wanted their kids to play. So it really didn't take a whole lot of anything. Like, all the AAU tournaments was there. Dumas, you here? Well, I want my son to be coached by you, right? So those kids and they came. And all I did with the first 2 groups I had was I was super faithful with them. Man, I coached them like I was coaching the Golden State Warriors. I coached them. I coached them hard. I coached them like they were, you know what I mean? I
believed
didn't,
in 'em.
yeah, and I believed in them, right? I didn't coach them like, man, we just, man, I coached them hard. And look, we won 3 games that first year before I got there. And I think like the second year we won like 15 games.
That probably was the best 15 games
Right.
that you was most proud of.
Man, listen, and they had some kids that transferred out, so they had a better team the year before when they won 3. And I had a group, man, those kids just bought in. My young guys, they were coming up through the cracks. Listen, my middle school was so good, we was in the league. They didn't let us compete in a championship because we was beating teams so bad. It was like that, right? So that's what we had
So you
coming
knew
up.
it was about to get better.
Oh man,
Oh yeah.
I seen the silver lining. I seen it.
So that Byron Joshua must have had been one of them kids on that middle school team.
Man, no, actually, Byron came when he was in 7th grade, right? Byron played varsity.
As a 7th grader?
As a 7th grader.
Damn, I ain't know that.
Byron played varsity as a 7th grade, but he failed off his 7th grade year. He didn't finish the whole year. But see, 8th grade year, oh man, he was ready.
He sounded like Tweety Carter.
Man,
Right.
He was.
That's how Tweety Carter was.
That's how Tweety called. And listen, he was, as a 7th grader, he was giving people. We was playing teams, man. Obviously, we got all these midgets on the court because all the kids young.
Yeah.
All these midgets on the court. Man, we playing teams and they don't want to dribble a ball. All these little bitty kids, man, just D'ing up, locking up, getting still. They ain't want to dribble a ball, right? And so I was like, man, But here's the thing. I was just faithful with my group that I got there. I was just faithful with them, man. Listen, they was like, well, Coach, what time we going to practice? Well, we going to practice for this time. What time is practice? Practice going to be over until we get it right. Whenever we get it right, that's when practice going to be over. And they was like, man, like, you believe in us like that? I said, I believe in you like that. We didn't win a championship. I don't even know we made the playoffs. But guess what? I coached those kids extremely hard, and I coached them. And so how you build a program? The way you build a program is you can't ever stop learning,
Right.
right? And this is one thing I'm always tell all the young kids. I don't care how much basketball I played, no matter what. The one thing I always knew is this. Kids don't care what you know until they know you care. Right?
It's a fact.
Fact.
As good as a basketball player as I was, they're not gonna run through a brick wall for me if they don't know I care about them.
Outside of the game of basketball.
Outside of the game of basketball, right? So once again, all of those kids that played for me, they knew it wasn't no coaching player relationship. Those are my kids. I would go and pick them up and we would go do stuff. Right? They called me their parents called me when they got in trouble. I'm going to pick them up. Their parents called me when things were going good. I was going to pick them up. So not only did I discipline them, but I praised them too. And that's important nowadays, especially with this generation, because they got a lot that's going on, man. And these kids are going through stuff that we never even faced.
Yeah.
You
These
know what
devices.
I'm saying? These devices, right? And so the biggest thing was, like I tell kids all the time, and this is going to be really key, all my young coaches. When you talking about being a coach, you have to understand. I told my team at 35, me teaching you basketball is easy. I want to teach you life though. And this is my preach. Every year I go into coaching, I want to teach you life because it's easy for me to teach you basketball. We're going to be in this gym. But it's going to become easier when you become disciplined in every other area of your life. When you have a set of principles in life that you live by, basketball is going to become even more easier. And the same thing happened with Byron, right? Byron came in and he was raw. And I'm not talking about raw in basketball. I'm talking about raw in life.
Mm-hmm.
But the principles that we were able to sit down and set up in his life made him a champion. And I ain't talking about champion on the court. I'm talking about champion in life. That kid beat the odds. I'm preaching Benny. Y'all saying amen right now. Right?
Amen.
He beat the odds. He wasn't supposed to make it. These kids that's making it, like those kids I had at Crescent City, that wasn't the most sought after kids. Those kids we won championships with. Those kids wasn't the kids everybody was beating on their door to come get.
For real.
Those were kids that said, I said, man, give me that kid that want to work. And I'll meet you at the top with the kid that got the big name. And all those kids went to college.
Wow.
That's super powerful.
Wow.
That's super powerful. And just touch on. He got 3 state championships, man. Five. Finals appearances, bro. Like,
5 final appearances.
Talk about what that did for your legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And you got so much more to accomplish, dog. Like, I mean, your story nowhere near finished.
Nowhere near finished.
But to do
Kinda
that
close.
early on in your coaching career, man, like talk about what that means to you.
Well, I mean,
And look, I know it's more about their life than winning the championship, but
facts.
but you're a competitor too.
No, for sure. And we gonna win. We gonna win. Like, and I tell all the guys, we gonna win. At the end of the day, we gonna win because we gonna win in every area of our life. What that meant for me though, right? It meant purpose, right? And like for me, seeing those kids beat the odds,
Mm-hmm.
seeing those kids like shine, seeing those kids cry, seeing those kids bind, seeing those kids grow
Right.
meant so much to me.
Can't put
Seeing
a
those
price
kids
on that.
develop,
Right.
I couldn't put a price tag on that. So as a young coach, it showed me, man, like all I gotta do is just continue to grow, continue to learn. Man, I'm up every day at 5:00 in the morning learning. To this day, as much as I accomplished, man, I put a lot of kids in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Won championships as a player, as a coach. To this day, I'm still learning. Man, I spend at least 45, and I ain't even gonna lie to you, at least 45 minutes to an hour every day trying to learn more stuff about the craft, learning more verbiage, learning how to be a better coach. Man, you can't ever stop learning. Because the second you stop learning, that's the second you start to die. You gotta learn every day, man. But what that meant for me and my legacy, I guess I guess I can answer the question now. It meant everything. It showed, when I first took a job at Crescent City, or when I first took my head coaching job, somebody told me I wasn't ready.
Coach Rod Wallace just talked about that.
Yeah.
Right? From Landry Walker.
Landry
I
Walker.
said Landry Walker. LB Landry. I'm sorry.
Man, Bill Landry. They told me I wasn't ready, right? And it was somebody I really looked up to, right? And so for me, I'm a competitor, right? That put it on my mind that I gotta grow. That's all that popped in my mind. I gotta grow. So I might not be ready, but I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna be ready. Right? You stay ready. You know what I'm saying? You stay ready. You ain't gotta get ready. And so,
Coach Luke say that all the time.
all the
All the
time,
time.
he coached me. Right? And so for me, that spoke volumes. And ultimately, I've been able to not just put a school on a map locally or statewide, but we were able to transcend the region and even the nation, man. ESPN, USA Today. You know what I mean?
At Crescent City.
At
Crescent
Crescent
City.
City. Once again, watch how this go back full circle. When I was at Xavier, at this little bitty school, God took me and elevated Xavier. When I was at Crescent, this little bitty school, I don't know if anybody even knew what Crescent City was.
I
didn't.
I
Right?
didn't.
Watch
I
this.
ain't gonna lie to
Didn't know
you.
nothing about it, though.
Didn't even know what Crescent City was, right?
Couldn't tell you how to find a place. Know where it is today.
Elevating that school to a national platform. To this day, that school is okay. And I feel good about what I've been able to accomplish because till this day, guess what? The school is in good hands.
Coach Russ benefiting from it
Yep.
right now.
You know what I mean?
That's
And so
kids over there.
for me, that's what it's about. I left that place better than
Than it ever was.
it ever was.
Better than you found it.
Better than I
But
found it,
here's
right?
the thing I want to talk to you about, Coach, is the sacrifice that coaches got to make. A lot of people don't want to talk about the sacrifices that you have to make, not just for basketball, but in your personal life.
Yep.
I think a lot of kids, a lot
In
of
your
people don't-
marriage.
your marriage. Talk about the sacrifices you have to make to get to not just 5 consecutive state champions in a row, but that journey with a lot of these kids that people don't talk about.
Man, and shucks, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. Listen, I understood it's hard to find somebody. Thank God for my wife.
Mhm.
It's hard to find somebody that understands the grind, right?
And your purpose.
And your purpose.
Yeah.
If you don't have somebody that understand what it takes to actually be I ain't say a great coach, a good coach.
Good coach.
You're going to be winning championships and winning games and miserable. You're going to be praised in the street and you're going to go home feeling like a peasant. Because at the end of the day, it all gotta make sense. It all gotta flow. It all gotta work. And you
Right.
gotta make sure that your home is just as taken care of as what you're doing at work.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
And so, I'm gonna tell you how crazy this is, right? At the peak of what I was doing, if I would have stayed at Crescent City, we would have won 3 more in a row,
Mm-hmm.
right? In a row. Now I had some of those kids that was with me at Crescent City, and we were on a national platform with SDA, right? I believe in the vision God gave me so much that I was willing to go bankrupt. I don't think I ever said on any platform. I was willing to take everything that I have, my family, and invest into SDA. Everything. It hurt. The sacrifice is, like think about it. We men,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
so I
Providers.
always was
Yeah.
able to provide. I always
Yes.
made good money, always.
Always.
And so I found myself in foreign situations. I gave up what I had for this vision, the sacrifice, and my wife understood. My kids understood. But as a man, it was like, dang, how am I make this work?
How to make this work.
Man, I better make this work. You know what I'm saying? I gave everything to it, y'all. Right? 2 years, my first year at SDA, we won 20, 25 plus games. We played a national circuit. I'm just talking about the sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We played a national circuit. Y'all know football and basketball, the elite kids are African American.
Yeah.
Y'all know that most African Americans come from single parent households.
Correct.
So you know they can't pay tuition.
Right.
Correct.
So where you think that money come from?
Right.
So when you're on a trip, that kid can't pay for these McDonald's.
Correct.
That got to come from
That come
coaching
from
his
coach.
family, right?
Coach.
So, it's crazy because even as a man, I struggled mentally because I was like, man, I'm giving up my last. Should I be giving this to my kids? my biological kids.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm about to go even deeper. That's why having a mate that understand purpose and your commitment and your calling is important because I didn't have anything. Right? Now, people, think about if you look at the SDA page and all we was able to do in 3 years, because we still have it, right? Everybody would think that, man, they rocking and roll. They seen the kind of car we drive, the house we live in. Man, they got it going. But no, I did that because first of all, I was called to do that. But second of all, I understood the sacrifice. And my wife understood the sacrifice. And my kids understood the sacrifice that it was going to take for us to be productive and do what we were called to do. You know what I mean?
Damn, bro. Dropping some jewels.
Listen,
dropping some jewels.
Listen. Listen, G, and like I said, I ain't never talked about this on no platform.
No doubt.
Dude, I lost my car. I lost houses. I lost all kind of things because I understood that this was bigger than just me. It was purpose. It was bigger than just me. It was Louisiana. It was bigger than just me. It was national. To the point where last year, man, dude, we got a phone call from IMG. Shout out to JT, my guy JT, man.
JT Thomas.
You know what I'm saying? We got called by IMG to go play at IMG. That's purpose. So it all paid forward. But the sacrifice is grand, man.
And I kind of want to piggyback on this subject, bro, because I was married for 4 years. Got a divorce.
I was married for 7.
Got a divorce, and I think a big part of it was because of when I started my media company. That was my passion. That's what I wanted to do. I prayed about it. I felt like, that's what God wanted me to do. And it wasn't just about media. It was about how I could touch and impact kids and the trajectory of their lives, right? And that's something right now at 39 years old, I'm still trying to figure out in finding another mate. So I'm asking you, bro, like, how do you figure that part out? Finding that mate that understands your passion, understand that's going. I might take 16 hours out the day to do what I'm doing. I might be gone, out of town. I might be with other kids besides our kids at certain times of the week, and I need you to understand, like, how do I
navigate?
Figure that out, bro.
Well, the first thing you gotta do, you gotta pray. You gotta pray, and you gotta know what you're looking for, right? And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm a big firm believer in prayer. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta pray for your spouse. You gotta pray for what you're looking for. You need to write that down, and you need to pray. Like, this is the woman that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? This is the woman that I need. And I'm telling you, you pray on it, it's gonna happen for you. It might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, but it's coming. That person that you've been praying for is coming, because at the end of the day, like, you doing this, right? Not because you want glory, not because you want fame, but you're doing this because you're touching lives, right? These cameras are around here not because you want shine. These cameras are around here because you're telling stories that's changing lives, and God gonna honor that, and God gonna honor you with the right person. But you just gotta stay ready, stay steadfast, and you gotta understand, who you are and what you're trying to do at all times. And I'm telling you, it's gonna happen, man. I know that sounds cliche.
No.
I know it sounds cliche, but that's real. You know what I'm saying? Because the right person, they're gonna understand. They're gonna understand that, man. Dude, I live in Baton Rouge. I commute back and forth to Baton Rouge every single day.
You sacrificed coming on this podcast tonight.
Every day.
Your wife understood it tonight?
She understood. My son played for Southern Labs, so he got a game up in Avoyes, so she out there.
Okay.
But she understood. Like, if I say I have X, Y, and Z to do, man, she all right. Just don't be too late.
Shout out to your wife, man.
Shout
out to your wife, man. We need more like you.
You heard that?
I'm about to pray. Listen, your husband just inspired me. I'm which I already do pray, but I'm about to be specific in my prayer.
Write you a list out.
And what you just told me, I'm putting it on my bathroom wall or bathroom mirror.
Mirror. I was just about to tell you that. Write it out and make it
So I can
plain.
look at it every day when I brush
Every
my
day.
teeth.
And speak it.
No doubt.
It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a picture of it and send it to you.
Facts.
Show it to your wife.
I will.
Inspiration.
Straight like
We
that.
talked about it on FanView podcast.
There it is.
She coming. So you gotta get ready.
You know, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. I'm gonna stay ready.
So you ain't gotta get ready.
There you go. There you go.
Feel me?
We speaking jewels on
Come
FanView
on, man.
podcast, man.
I'm trying to
But
tell you
Coming with it.
man, you did something. Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. When you came and you started the Shaun Dumas Academy, I was so, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know when you was excited. I think I kind of want to use appreciative
Mm-hmm.
because when you see people start schools, and this is, not to pull a race card or anything like that. I don't want nobody to think that's what I'm trying to do. But when you see an African American, start a school,
Let's have your peers.
right, and doing it the right way, and it's about the right thing, I was appreciative of that.
Yeah.
Because it's something to brag on. Because I got a lot of friends
Facts.
I got a lot of friends in Atlanta, Texas, California,
Correct.
Everywhere, and it feels good to be like, man, we got a school that just started that African Americans created.
Yep.
Shaun Dumas named it after himself.
Yes.
He got these guys.
Black history.
He got these guys walking around with button ups and ties on, doing it the right way,
Doing the right way.
playing a national schedule. It felt good to see you doing something like that, man. Talk about what went into that and what inspired you to do that, and what you learned from that experience of starting Shaun Dumas Academy.
Man, it's crazy. I didn't even realize, y'all. People began to remind me that when I was in college, I was telling people I was gonna have the first national prep school in Louisiana.
For real?
Man, listen.
So you've been saying this.
I've been
Power
saying
of the
it.
tongue.
I'm trying to tell y'all, speak it.
Man, it's gonna
happen.
Size of a mustard seed.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
Lord.
And I remember it was crazy because I was contemplating when I was at Crescent, because when I first got to Crescent, a lot of the kids struggle, with the culture. I'm going to just keep it real. And academically, a lot of the kids were behind. And so I contemplated start my own homeschool, because at Crescent City, you can have homeschool kids play.
Oh.
So I contemplated starting my own homeschool and letting all the kids do homeschool with me, while and then after school they would come to Crescent City and play for Crescent City. I thought about it, right? But it never came to fruition. So, man, once again, a God moment. Peep this out. So, I'm coaching Live On Florida Lee. This when we was in a bubble, right?
Yeah.
Got Corey Chess and all them dudes, man. Them dudes were dudes, man. Fred Payne, Cam, John Kelly, Derry Bird, man, guys, man, right? So I'm sitting down and I was frustrated about something. And I was talking to my now wife, she was my girl back then. And I said, man, I'm just so frustrated about X, Y, and Z. I said, I wish I could just start my own school. She said, do it. Now you think about it, I'm like,
What you mean do it?
do it. What you mean do it?
Not that easy,
It's not
baby.
that easy. It's just
Come on,
about,
babe.
like,
Come
come
on,
on
babe.
now.
She said, let's do it.
Whoa.
And she was serious.
She wasn't saying like you go do it. She was like, let's do it
together.
Yeah.
Team.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And my wife do all my content and stuff for me. My wife's like, she cold-blooded. Like, she do like a lot of my graphics and stuff like that. And so,
why your podcast be looking so nice like that?
man, listen.
Shout out to your wife again, man, for the
Yeah.
second time, bro.
Listen. Man.
I've been a little envy of your podcast. I just want to let you know.
Man, look, and I do my podcast in Gonzales, man.
For real?
Shout out to
Yeah.
my guy D Montreal.
I like
And,
it. I like it, bro. I like it. I like it. I love the passion.
man, listen, we gotta do a collab for real.
No real talk.
Real talk.
Let me know whenever.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me know.
We ended up I ended up meeting this guy, right? He wanted me to take Crescent City, because he heard about Crescent City, to Texas to play in these events, because he have all the best teams in Texas. So I'm on the phone after me and her talk. I'm like, girl, you tripping, whatever. So we hang up the phone. I said, well, I'm gonna call this guy because I want to schedule a game in Texas. I want to go to Texas this year.
Mhm.
So I called him. I was like, yeah, man, I'm thinking about starting my own league. I mean, I'm thinking about starting my own school, but a national prep school. He was like, man, we need to talk because I got my own national prep school league. I said, man, get out of
Get
here.
out of here.
We got off the phone. He said, we're gonna talk. I said, look, I'm in. I think it was Indianapolis. I don't know where we were. I said, when we get back, I'm gonna call you so we can chop it up. Man, I called my wife back. I'm like, babe, you not gonna believe this. So she like, you serious? All right, we going forward with it. We started putting together. Once we got back, we started putting together the content. Man, we got in the league, and it was just everything just happened so fast, right? But I was really strategic about making sure I did it the right way.
Right.
So I had a lot of kids that wanted to come like right now, right? And I could have took kids from different schools because they wanted to come. Like they wanted to come. I'm not even gonna say name, but they wanted
They
to
want
come.
to come. They want to come.
But I said, you know what? I want to do it the right way. I don't want everybody in the neighborhood, everybody in the hood saying, "Man, Shaun came and stole my."
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Now think about it. Like I'm coaching on a Nike circuit, so I got a lot of kids that's
Got a lot of
asking, like,
connections, a lot of
Yep.
relationships.
yeah, a lot of kids
relationships.
like, man, what's this SDA you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What's this SDA? A national prep school in Louis. Coach, I won't come. Right? But I wanted to do it the right way. So what I did was just took the kids that I recruited from Crescent, and then it just so happened that Kyron Ratliff was at Dream Christian,
Mhm.
and it didn't work out. So he came with me, and it just didn't. It just happened that Alizé and Mello were they were at Helen Cox, and they transferred. And they were ineligible, and then they came with me. It just so happened all this stuff happened by chance.
Things happen in your favor.
Cox
Right.
is closing any week.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? All this stuff happened, right? And so I'm like, man, all this stuff come together. And I said, but if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it with excellence.
Yes.
We're gonna do it where, people gonna say they did that and it was done in a way that's never been done. So I wanted school to be done a different way. I felt like kids were being institutionalized in school, right? Because when you think about it, when you go to college, you don't have to walk in straight lines. You don't have to ask your professor to go to the back. You know what I'm saying? You sometimes you're in classes and watch this. My niece goes to LSU and all her classes online.
That's getting more common these
It's more
days.
common these days.
Right.
Ever since COVID, a
Ever
lot of
since
that's
COVID.
become more popular.
Right? So school has completely changed, and we have to change. So I wanted to do school in a completely different way, where kids wanted to come to school and kids wanted to learn, right? And so it was crazy because, man, the guys were like, they loved it. They came to school every single day and they wanted to learn. But we had some barriers. Some of the barriers was, one, our kids were so far behind academically that the programs and stuff that we used, they were falling behind academically because it was a lot of stuff that was their grade level that they wasn't, their grade level or a little bit above that they weren't there yet. And so, we had to really put in overtime and get people in to come and make sure we catch them up to where they need to be at. But what I can say about that experience, man, in these 3 years, the one thing I learned is that a lot of people say they desire to have things, but in Louisiana, a lot of people don't support, man.
Yep.
You know, and I was super blessed, man, to be able to do it and be financially set in a situation where I was able to do it. Despite the sacrifice, despite everything that kind of took place, I was blessed to be able to say, man, we were able to do it with excellence, and with excellence it was.
Right.
Last year, y'all, my first year, Kyron went play for UL. Last year we put 15 kids in college. I think that's a Louisiana record for basketball. I don't think that's ever been done in the history of Louisiana for basketball. 15 kids in college.
15 kids? That's a lot of kids.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, one kid was working at a warehouse in Gonzales. He thought his dream of playing basketball was over. He was working in a warehouse. He came and played prep on a post-grad team. That kid's in college, man. He's in college, right? So I wanted to start this thing where the community will be, they will be proud of it, right?
No doubt.
Man, Dumas ain't come and just jack everybody kid. Dumas came and he did it the right way. and I really expected a lot more people to get behind it. It's not a sour story. It's a
No,
great story. It's a great story. You know what I'm saying?
Learning experience.
Yeah. Year 2, same thing. We had to restructure some things of how we did school. We had to actually go to, shout out to Miss Freelo at Life of Christ Christian Academy. We partnered with Life of Christ, and our kids actually went to school there during the day, and then afterwards, we partnered with Life of Christ, NCAA certified, everything, had all the credentials, and our kids graduated. Man, it was great. It was a great experience, right? But I think that the biggest thing I was kind of expecting was more support
No support.
for something of this kind. This was the first, right? This was the first of its kind, and so I expected like more people to kind of like buy in, especially because it was done the right way.
And I know you got rid of the high school portion, but you still got the post grad.
Still got the post grad. Yeah.
Talk about still having a post grad and managing, coaching high school basketball. I mean, 935. Like how difficult that is.
It is, man. It's difficult because people still down here don't know what it is, right? So having like I'm about to brag again. My post grad.
Got a kid from my area, from Ellender. I can't believe I forgot this boy's name. What the hell? Ellender High School.
RJ.
Guard.
RJ.
Could shoot.
Oh, he's actually not there no more. He's not here. He's not at man, he went to college.
Okay.
He ended up going to college.
Yeah, but I know he was coming.
But he was coming.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Little Richie.
Yeah,
Richie was nice.
Richie Hampton.
But Richie Hampton, yeah. Crazy, man. Peep this out. When you talk about we ended up going people still don't know what prep school is down here.
Right.
Correct.
So, but I'm a brag because last year not only did we elevate all of our players, right? Our post grad coach is at Dillard, so our coaches even got elevated, and that's how you know you're doing something right. That's how you know that's when you're operating in purpose. You see the fruit of it, right? So the fruit, you see the fruit. So, man, it was challenging finding a coach this year because Coach Kobe coached at the, Kobe Robinson, he coached college, and he was familiar with prep school, so he was able to make the adjustment and come in, right? But a lot of people don't know what prep school is, and they don't have the idea. So it's like, man, when I'm interviewing coaches, they still like, man, what is this? Like prep school, like what, And so having to explain the whole thing. But man, we got 2 really good coaches, Coach Joe, man, and Coach Hunter. Those guys are doing a great job now. But talking about managing that, while I got a whole load over at 35, it's more smooth now, but it was a headache, man. Just trying to make sure everything over here was smooth while making sure this is going the way it need to go. So it was definitely a headache, but things are definitely going up.
Man, it's been. I've been thoroughly impressed with hearing the details in your story. I knew a good bit of it, and to hear you tell it and go into detail about some of the trials and tribulations as far as your relationship. How when your brother died in college, how that affected you and how that changed you and how you started looking at life in a different perspective.
Right.
I think people that's gonna watch this podcast, man, gonna be able to taste a lot.
It's a blessing,
From hearing your story, bro. And like I said before, that's why we do this. For people to come on here and tell their story.
Tell their stories.
To entertain, but to inform and educate. But
Educate
before we go, we got to get into what?
Coach Shaun faves.
Coach Shaun's favorites. Man.
All right, let's
go,
go,
man.
faves.
Here we go.
Coach Shaun faves.
Here we go.
Right.
Favorite basketball player of all time, no matter what level.
Jordan.
All day?
All day.
Indisputable.
Yeah. No, hold. Jordan. hold on. Jordan.
See, I had to say that.
But they got this little light-skinned dude, man, about 6'3", that remind me of us, regular people.
I saw this on your podcast.
Man, this dude, man, named Steph Curry. I don't know if y'all know this dude. Steph Curry?
Steph Curry.
I think I might know him.
This dude.
This little transcendent guy.
Listen.
The transcendent guy.
Who revolutionized the game.
Man, he is a video game, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it's Jordan, but it's like 1A and 1B to me. I don't care what nobody say. That's me. That's my fave, right?
Yeah.
My fave. Man, Steph Curry revolutionized the game. And, like, when I'm watching Steph Curry, I think I'm playing Madden, not Madden, 2K.
2K.
I think I'm playing 2K, man, on rookie. When
This
you play,
guy here is
What?
is something else.
man,
Yeah.
watch out, man.
Gotcha.
Steph Curry.
Favorite sneaker all time.
Jordan ones.
Here's my question.
Hmm?
Didn't nobody wear ones like that back in the day?
Facts.
But everybody wear ones today.
Man, but the
What's up with
ones,
this?
like Coach Rob said, man, you can wear them with a suit.
Can.
You can wear them with some shorts. You can wear them with some pants. Like you can.
Those
wear
are
them
the
with
facts.
anything.
Those are the facts.
And you know, I think some Jordans, they kind of bulky, right? And you gotta wear them with a certain thing.
Yeah.
Ones,
13.
they just the way, the
You
way
can't
they
wear
just
13 with everything.
you can't wear like the
Don't
way
matter.
they just
The
kind
best
of
ones.
mesh to your foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the way they just kind of.
But you can't hoop in them.
Hell
I
no.
ain't, listen, I ain't never hooping Jordans. I ain't never. Y'all hooping Jordans?
I used to say that back in the day when I was in high school. I'm like, dog, y'all playing.
Can't hoop in them.
They,
Can't
play,
hoop
they
in
playing
J's.
in the taxis and
Man.
I'm like,
Listen.
what y'all doing?
I never played in a pair of Jordans in my life. I would never do that.
Nah.
So I'm walking around in Jordans. I'm walking in Jordans. I ain't playing.
no, dog. You
So-
got Yeezys on your feet right now.
I got Yeezys on my feet. I got some Yeezys. I like Yeezys too. I
Me
like
too, me
these.
too.
These my favorite Yeezys.
Yeah.
though.
Me too.
Like this model.
Yeah. I like the zebras. I got that pedal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got that
Yeah,
pedal.
yeah.
About the zebras. That's that's the original.
At the originals.
So babe, I need a pair of zebras on my birthday tomorrow. Wishful
No doubt.
thinking, huh?
No doubt. Favorite movie all time.
Major Pain.
I seen somebody post something about.
worries, got no stress.
Yeah,
I
Major
just seen a
Pain.
little clip of Major Pain on social media recently.
Man.
So the funniest scene in the movie.
All them slugs in his mouth.
Listen,
Yeah, baby.
I think say, I'm sorry, Mr. Handicap. I didn't mean to offend you. You speak sign language. Do you read lips? Well, let me break it down. If you don't
Pain,
answer me, when I talk to you, I'm going to put my foot in your ass. Is that
I'ma
clear,
have
dummy?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure I go show my son and my daughter this movie.
Dog,
Yeah,
I mean,
what?
Listen, it's the most comedy movie you will see.
I be forgetting about Major Pain. I
Dog.
be forgetting about Major Pain.
Listen.
That came out like 95, 96.
95.
Yeah, 95,
Something
96.
like
Dog,
that.
from start to finish, it's non. This
Listen.
Damian Wayans is non.
He
he's
played that role.
He played that role. Dog.
Yes.
It is comedy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Major
It is.
pain, boy.
But you can learn so much from that movie as a coach too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said this thing that was crazy, right? I'm gonna show this before one of the games. So my players watching, I need y'all to peep this out. He was like, they was like, well, Major, you know, what's her name? Rachel was like, well, Major, they gonna hate you. He was like, well, at least they'll come together for something.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Right?
Bad publicity better than no publicity.
What? At least they'll come together, right? And so at the end of the day, as crazy as he was, his whole goal, his whole thing was for them to come together.
No matter how it happened.
Come on, man. No matter how it happened. Whether they hated him or, you know, but then he showed them that he really cared about them. And that's when they really
At the
came
end.
together.
At the end.
At the end.
So
So why you come back?
So it did.
So why you come back?
So it did.
And maybe I like you.
Maybe. I think it's don't push the maybe, baby.
Cole, you need to go get them slugs like Major
I'm about to
Pain.
go get to look. Saturday, I'm walking in practice.
With the slugs.
They were like, Coach,
What's
what's
up?
wrong? Maybe I like you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You gonna
I
call you
like
slug for thug.
Yeah, shit like that.
Favorite coach of all time that made the most impact on you no matter what level?
Dan Jackson. Bernard Griffith.
St. Augustine Xavier.
St. Augustine Xavier.
Ain't all.
Purple me, gold and white me.
All day.
Yeah.
What Coach Griffin at now?
Man, Coach Griff used to come. Man, Coach Griff came to my practices last year. Man, Coach Griff came in and for a whole day, man, and he practiced my guys for me. So Coach Griff showed me that he was tough on us. He was like Major Pain on us, but like he really meant once you leave, I'ma still be here for you. Man, Griff still called me to this day. Hey man, checking on me. What? You know what I'm saying? To this
mean
day,
a lot.
dude, I
Mean a
graduated
lot.
in 2004. That dude still got my number.
19 years later.
And Coach Dan Jackson at Tougaloo.
Tougaloo, yep.
Tougaloo.
And guess what? He got one of my players, Derek Burdett Jr.
That sure is though.
Yep. And man, look, Jackson showed me the craft, right? He showed me how to get guys to buy in. He showed me the brotherhood behind. Now, St. Aug showed me the brotherhood, but Jackson showed me the brotherhood behind the team and how to really get people to really buy in. You know what I mean, man? Like, and I'm appreciative because I learned so much from both of them.
No doubt. Toughest player you ever went against?
In the actual game, or just like pick up a.
No matter.
I'd probably have to say Bo Lester, McCaleb, and DJ, little brother.
That's two good ones.
Yeah, Bo.
I played against Bo and I played against DJ, so
Yeah.
I know
Man,
what you're talking
but you know,
about.
me and Bo had some battles, man. And Bo, man, one thing about, and it's crazy because Bo's like, man, push me, dog. Push me. That's what he always tell me, push me. Like, go at me, and I'm going to go at you. Like, we used to be in the summers, man, go at me, and I'm going to go at you. Don't take it easy on me, dog. Go at me. And it was crazy because, like, in my mind, that's how
What was
it's
the
supposed
guy?
to be. You know what I'm saying?
Bo
And
Lester.
But Bo saw,
Bo
you know,
Lester.
Bo older than me. Bo saw something in me like, Dumas, go at Shaun, go at me. You know what I'm saying? To this day, man, Bo still come to the gym and do stuff with my guys, man. Shaun, go at me.
No doubt.
DJ, same thing. DJ, I was on FaceTime with DJ like 2 days ago, man. FaceTime on me. He was talking to the guys, giving them some words, you know?
That's what's up, bro. That's big.
That's big.
That's big. And somebody like him who's not super tall, not physically imposing, doesn't play above the rim, that played in a league over 10 plus
10
years,
plus
bro.
years.
14 years.
You know what I mean?
And could still play if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, bro. Like, so he back in New Orleans?
No, he in Houston.
He in Houston. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Favorite comedian all time?
Man, it's a toss-up between Kevin Hart and Mike Epps. See, Mike Epps, like your uncle at the family reunion, right?
Mike Epps.
I
You know
like
what I
Mike
mean?
Epps. Like Mike Epps.
So all this stuff is improv too, but Kevin Hart, man, like I think he just changed the game, man.
That's two Kevin Harts in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Rob said that.
Rob said Kevin Hart.
He changed the game.
I think Kevin Hart is like this generation's Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like their guy.
Yeah,
He's
man.
like, I think all the kids who doing skits and doing reels on IG, or if you came from the Vine and all that other stuff, I think your guy that you look up
Did
to
you
is Kevin.
see
Kevin.
the clip with him and Dine? I posted it on Instagram. When he having an interview with Dine, your boy that played Earl Manigault.
Don Cheadle.
Bro, they
Listen.
on
Listen.
they in an interview, bro.
He like,
You
damn.
No,
He like,
bro.
damn.
This recent.
You gotta send it to me.
He was like, Don started talking about how old he is. He was like, I'm 52.
He like, damn.
He was like, damn. So Don was like, and then Kevin Hart like, I'm sorry.
He like, my bad.
I didn't mean it like that.
I didn't mean it like
And
that.
he was
I
like,
didn't mean it like
nah, you meant it like that. And like they kind of like start having like a back and forth, bro. At first I thought it was a joke.
Yo, it wasn't a joke
But
at first.
it
wasn't a joke.
Yeah,
It wasn't a joke.
yeah, look
Wasn't
it
a
up,
joke.
bro.
Wasn't a
Look it
joke.
up. It just happened.
On my way home, I'm
It was-
gonna listen to
They
it.
had like a one-on-one exclusive.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. He's like,
I was dying.
the way Kevin Hart
laughing.
said it, he's like, damn.
Like, no, he said, damn.
Kevin
Damn,
Hart,
nigga, you old.
He was like,
like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna say what you thinking. That's him. He gonna say what you thinking.
And listen, his reaction was authentic though. That's the
Yes.
problem. It was authentic.
Yes.
He like,
But once he see Don was mad for
He
real,
was mad for real.
He was like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
He's like, I didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it like that.
I promise.
That's what I was saying.
They started talking about like the verse, how you say damn. He was like, he said you said damn. He was like, no, I didn't say it like that.
He's like, I
bro,
said
it's
damn.
funny.
He's like, you keep lowering your voice. He's like, I didn't say damn. But
Bro.
his original reaction,
Yes.
dog.
Look it
Listen,
up.
I'm going home and watch
Listen,
it.
Look
his
it up,
original
dog.
reaction
But it was
like,
I don't know if you watched the whole interview. I watched the whole interview. It was a really good interview.
It was a good
but
one.
That point is hilarious.
Listen.
I ain't know Don was that old. Though.
oh.
That boy 52.
Listen,
God
I
damn,
understand
he
why
been in the
Kevin Hart reaction was. He's like, damn.
He must have, when he played Earl Manigault, he had to be what, about
He had to
18,
be.
17?
Yeah.
He had to be.
Listen,
Boy, jumped on
he
top
was,
of the backboard.
listen, he had a clip in the Golden Girls. That's how old he is.
He did?
He was in the Golden Girls.
Never knew.
Wow.
He was in the Golden Girls.
He got old money.
Yeah.
No doubt. Favorite place to visit?
We like, I mean tears over here, boy.
Man, Miami.
South.
Damn. Man, a lot of people been saying Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
Boy, listen, boy, nothing like South Beach, boy.
Fort Lauderdale, Miami.
Miami.
Boy, it's about Hollywood, Florida, boy. Listen, it's MIA, it's 305.
Yeah, Miami. Miami is my favorite place to visit. But we're back in the basketball world. We always go to Atlanta.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's where all the tournaments and stuff at.
Yep. A lot of
I've seen AJ going there.
Yep.
Two different reasons.
Two different reasons. Two different reasons.
Two different reasons.
Last but not least, man, if Shaun Dumas wasn't coaching basketball, what would Shaun be doing with his life?
Man, I be pastoring, man. I got shout out to Shake the Heavens Ministry. That's my virtue ministry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if I wasn't playing basketball, I'd be doing that. But and I'd be one of the the old guys in the gym,
Like still hooping?
still hooping,
Cheating.
9 young buck. You stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing.
Putting all the rules on him.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
but I think that. But I think
5 Gatorade packs on the side.
yeah, and I be doing something in real estate. I like
Flipping houses and stuff
yeah,
like
man.
that.
I love real estate, man.
Yeah.
I really love real estate. Yeah.
No doubt. Man, powerful podcast today, bro. I knew this was gonna happen this week. That's why I wanted to get you on. Man, I'm excited for your journey that you about to embark on at
Yes.
McDonough 35. I will be coming cover some games, bro.
Appreciate that.
To give y'all some the proper pub that y'all deserve, dog. And I think that your trials and tribulations and the different adversity that you went through in your life, man. I know people that watch this podcast, bro, they're gonna be able to take something from it. I'm rooting for you, dog. Shout out to some of the jewels you dropped on me and some of the people that's trying to find that one.
Come on.
One.
Right?
Come on.
Right? We're gonna speak that into existence. I'm gonna find that one.
You is. I'm all over the place. Still exploring the world. G.
I don't wanna grow old by myself.
Man, look.
I understand. I feel you.
Yeah.
You know? But appreciate you, bro. You could have been doing a lot of things, man. And it didn't even dawn on me that you live in
In Baton Rouge.
You know what I mean?
And you drive to the city.
Yeah.
2 years, baby.
Yeah.
Woo!
So
I've been married for 2 years.
yeah, for you to sacrifice your time, man, to come on here and
35.
fellowship. Yeah, for you to sacrifice your time to come on here and fellowship with us, man, and drop the jewels and the knowledge that you did tonight. I don't take that for
I don't
granted.
take that for granted
And
at
we
all.
definitely got to get you back on in the near future, man.
Oh, for sure. And I got to get y'all on 2 plays ahead.
Man, let me
Yes.
know. Let me know, man. Let me know.
I got to get my guys
I'm
on
always
2
that.
plays
I'm
ahead.
always that way. I'm always that way.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah. I'm always.
Well,
that
we're going to
way.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let me
we
know,
gonna
bro.
make it happen
We
for
gonna make
sure.
it happen for sure. For sure.
Thank y'all
Yeah.
for having me, man. And once again, man, I feel special now, you know.
Got it all out.
Yeah, because first time was virtual.
Yeah, it's virtual.
I got
yeah,
invited.
virtual.
It ain't not like when you get invited to the house.
No
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying?
Correct.
So I
No
got
doubt.
invited to the
Correct.
house.
No
So
doubt.
I'm
No
special.
doubt. This is
I-
very therapeutic for me.
I
Yes.
am special.
It was therapeutic for me.
Those are the facts. Last time it was virtual. You still Country Day. Putting it up.
Crescent City.
Crescent,
man.
I'm sorry.
Crescent City.
Crescent City.
Come on now.
My mind's somewhere else. But you was at Crescent City. Now we at 35. And man, listen, time has passed.
3-5 pride, baby.
There it is.
It is,
Say it with your
Pride.
chest.
You got to say it with your chest.
Like it.
Look, we coming.
First game of the season.
It's Jamboree, baby. November 9th. Y'all got to be there.
So who y'all got? Who in the jamboree?
Let me tell you right quick.
Y'all hosting it?
Be hosting it, yeah.
Yeah.
We got the biggest jamboree. So if it be
We know
right,
it's not-
call.
We know it's not McMahon.
McMahon is in it.
Oh.
Yeah, McMahon is in it. Man, yeah. Listen, the 35 jamboree is the biggest jamboree.
Yeah.
It's the biggest jamboree. And the hospitality room is like through the roof.
Oh, what?
So-
We're gonna make sure that hospitality room good.
Man,
now.
Woo ain't playing no
You
game.
gonna have the McKenzie chicken?
No, man, everything getting catered. Like,
Ooh,
they- Country Day, Holy Cross, Booker T, Kennedy, St. Aug, Newman, Carr, Bonnable.
Yeah,
So
it
it be right.
Gonna be right.
Warren Easton, McMahon,
Oh yeah.
and the finest. 35.
Y'all got the headliner.
35. We gonna get used to that.
No doubt. No doubt.
Y'all already know what it is. Listen, it's FanView Podcast. Y'all already know what it is. Listen, get locked in. FanView Podcast if you're on YouTube. FanView Podcast if you're on IG. FanView Podcast if you're on TikTok. It's FanView Nolo if you are on X. No longer Twitter.
Right.
Also, still FanView Podcast if you're on Facebook. Don't forget to follow G Sports. I can't help you if you need the box, baby. If you're in the box, you're in the rock, I can't help you.
25K by 2024, man. I'm at
Listen.
22. Well, I just got the 23K.
You got 20K.
I'm trying to get the 25K by 2024.
Two more K.
Come on, man. Help me.
Like
help
2K.
a brother out.
Like 2K.
Yeah, help my brother out.
Two
Help my
more
brother
K.
out.
Listen, don't forget to follow us, FanView Podcast. If you're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, each and every episode is dropped each and every Friday for 3 o'clock, 3:30. Listen, we can't help y'all. We can't stop.
Won't
stop. And don't forget to follow my man, Coach Shaun Dumas, man.
Yeah.
Listen.
Coach Shaun Dumas on Instagram. Shaun Dumas B-Ball on X. Hopefully I can get at least 5K. I'm at 3 right now. I'm bad with social media, man. I gotta get better.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good, baby. It's all good. But listen, that's our episode, guys. We out till next time. It's the FanView Podcast.
G Sport, man. We out.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
It's DatBoyFred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app, weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.